Hello, welcome to Continuous Edge. Today we are going to talk about the single most important factor affecting the health of your garden, the soil. Properly defined, soil is a living system. A single cubic inch of healthy soil can contain over 64,000 living organisms. Dirt, on the other hand, is dead soil. Unfortunately, most modern landscape practices, such as raking leaves, bagging grass clippings, hauling away landscape debris, remove the foundations, the building blocks that your soil needs to become a healthy, prosperous living system. When plant and animal materials break down in the environment, the resulting decomposition feeds the soil. The soil, in turn, feeds the plants. Commercial fertilizers generally feed the plants and not the soil. Therefore, you can end up with a situation where you have a perfectly healthy-looking plant, but you have a depleted soil. Bare and exposed roots are an all too common sight. This is the result of years of hauling away fallen leaves and grass clippings. Simply by modifying some basic gardening practices, you can help to restore your soil to a healthy living system. Get a good mulching blade for your lawnmower and chop those leaves, chop those grasses right up. Leave them right on the lawn. Let them decompose, let them turn into soil. And that means cutting out the use of all those herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides that you've been using on that lawn. Knock it off. Just stop it. You're just killing the natural cycles. Your lawn's way out of whack. It needs some care. Your lawn's addicted to drugs. Get it off the drugs. Get it off the drugs. Get it high on life. Come on, man. Snap out of it, would you? Gardeners and landscape professionals alike can take a more proactive approach to enriching their soil by adding compost. If you think about every leaf, every twig, every flower on a plant, they all contain a certain amount of moisture, nutrients, and a quantity of solid substances. When a leaf, twig, or flower is removed from its parent plant, it dries up and dies. The moisture is largely evaporated, but a quantity of nutrients and minerals stays behind. By bringing together massive amounts of organic materials and letting them decompose in a more or less controlled manner, the nutrients get concentrated into a very rich and soil-like substance called compost. Ah, look at that. Plants seem happier already, don't they? Look at them. Look at those plants. Compost is also very effective when spread over lawns. Is it just me, or does that section of lawn look greener already? This lawn is simply maintained with yearly applications of compost. These mayapple, Podophyllum peltatum, have never been fertilized with commercial fertilizer. Every autumn, compost is spread over the dormant plants. The results speak for themselves. Creating the actual compost pile is a simple affair. Simply pile up your debris that you want to turn into compost. Freshly picked weeds, grass clippings, these are considered green debris. The green materials will add moisture and nitrogen to your compost. When grass begins to break down, it makes this classic barnyard smell, a cross between rotten plants and urine. That is the nitrogen that is breaking down. Brown materials, like these dried up old weeds or dried up leaves, also go into the compost pile. Other ingredients are coffee grounds, eggshells, rotten produce, stems, peels, rinds, shrimp shells, tea bags, and any other kitchen debris that you can think of. I know there are some folks out there who say keep animal products out of a compost pile. However, eggshells, bones from the meat that I eat, they all go right in there. It's all calcium. It's all part of the cycle of nature. I'm actually fascinated when I will find a bone that's been in my compost pile for half a season, and it'll have little gnaw marks on it. Field mice, moles, voles, whatever critters that need the calcium, the marrow from the bones, they find it in the compost pile. There are two types of soil. A bacteria-based soil, which is found in grasslands and croplands, and a fungus-based soil, which is found in woodlands. You can encourage a fungus-based soil by making your compost with lots of shredded wood or lignin. By omitting woody material, by omitting the lignin, and concentrating mainly on leaves and grass, a bacteria-based soil can be fostered. Remember, adding moisture to your compost pile helps the microorganisms do their job. Compost piles can be incredibly simple. You can literally just pile organic debris in a corner of your yard, water it occasionally, turn it over, and you'll create compost. There are commercially available composters, or if you are feeling adventurous, you can make your own. This 3-bin composting system is the heart of this garden. The bins are 5 feet by 8 feet and can be expanded to 5 feet tall as necessary. The materials from the current season are put into bin 1. When enough debris is accumulated due to current garden projects, bin 1 is then turned over into bin 2. Once bin 2 is ready to be turned, it gets turned over into bin 3. Bin 3 contains the finished compost that we use in our gardening projects. In the primary and secondary stages of compost making, it is necessary to turn the compost pile. For this chore, my favorite tool to use is a pitchfork. I simply cannot recommend the process of making your own compost high enough. Compost is available commercially, both in bulk by the cubic yard and in bags at fine garden centers. Before jumping in with both feet, assess your composting needs. Make a simple pile on the ground. See how much material you compost during the year. And remember, don't feed your plants, feed your soil.